What's cracking, y'all? I'm bringing you guys my final impressions on these two beauties right here. We got the Axial Knives Shift and the Benchmade Full Immunity Manual Edition. I have these two knives on loan from my buddy Chris Grady over at Grady's Gear. He loaned these out to me. I've had these for about 2 weeks, and I've been carrying them off and on for those 2 weeks. So I'm bringing you guys my final impressions on these. I guess let's start off with the Benchmade. So this is the Benchmade Full Immunity. It comes in your typical Benchmade box here. The knife comes in your Benchmade pouch. Now this is a knife that I've always wanted to check out. I just haven't had the available funds to pick this one up. And also, when I found out that it was a 3-finger grip, that kind of turned me off a little bit. So I'm glad Chris had this, and he was able to send this to me for me to check out. Now, I guess let's start off with the ergos. Now, I said it was a 3-finger grip, so you can get 3 fingers on there, but I do have smaller hands. I use about a large size glove, so I can choke up on this and I can get 4 fingers on here. And this reminds me a lot of the ProTech Runt 5 in the hand. So it actually feels pretty comfortable to me in the hand. Have no real problems with it being a 3-finger knife. And I believe it also came with a lanyard. I don't think Chris is a fan of lanyards, so he took the lanyard off. But I imagine that lanyard would give you a little more real estate on the knife here for your pinky. I love this blade shape. This is a very utilitarian blade shape. Almost looks like a box cutter. You got M4 steel on this baby. Love the Benchmade mini clip, deep carry clip. That's one of my favorite clips of all time right there. I love this one. I have the same one on my Benchmade bug out. Love this mini clip. I love the design of this knife. It always spoke to me from the first time I saw it. I think it's a beautiful looking knife. I do wish it was a little bit longer on the handle, so you could comfortably get 4 fingers on it. But that being said, the ergos don't bother me that much on this. Very thin blade stock you have here. Love this blade shape. Now you do have a access or a crossbar lock on this baby, and I will say that the action is not that great on this one. I'm not sure if Chris just hasn't broken it in yet, or if it's the fact that it has a very thin and light blade on it, so that kind of messes up the action on it. So you gotta give it some wrist action there to get it to close. And every now and then you also have to give it some wrist to open it. You can middle finger flick it. But yeah, the action is not that great on this one. I did oil the bearings in there. I didn't really help out too much. But I do imagine you can loosen up the pivot screw, and that would help out some with the action. But I just didn't want to mess up my buddy's knife here by messing with the pivot screw and all that. So I left it as is. But yeah, guys, I am really glad I got to check this one out. Would I buy this? I wouldn't pay full retail for this one, but if you were to find this on the secondary at a really good bro deal, I would definitely buy it. I would tell you guys to pick it up. Like I said, I love this blade shape. It's a little mini box cutter you got here. But yeah, this one is pretty cool, man. I dig it. Now I'm debating whether I should put the axial shift in the same video, because we're at 6 minutes, or if I should just make another dedicated video to the axial. You know what? I'm going to make a separate video. I'm going to cut this one off here, and I will make a separate video for the axial. So this was my final impressions on the Benchmade Immunity Manual Edition. Thank you, Chris, for loaning this out to me, man. And you guys go and give Chris a follow over at Grady's Gear. I'll leave his link down in the description box down below. Alright, guys, you guys keep flicking them knives. See you guys on the next one. Peace.